Welcome back to the channel, The Dystopian Man. Please like and subscribe and like. Get your ledger, link in the description. See, this is the Ledger Flex, which is the latest one. I don't work for Ledger, but I am an affiliate, so everything that you purchase does help. And let's get straight into it. So, as you can see here, it's just as I said. If you was watching my channel and heard what I said, the market was going to do this. The market has exploded, right? It was going lower, 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 and you have to hit a bottom. You have to. And Trump's tariffs just made the market crash for a short second. I hope you was doing as I was doing because I was buying. I was buying Bitcoin at 77,000. I was buying ETH under 1,400. I was buying XRP at $1.80. I hope you guys have been doing the same. And here we are. Trump tariffs dropped to 10% universal rate for countries except China for 90 days. Right? So as I heard before, somebody was saying that they expect was it January, was it April, May, June, July for Bitcoin to be absolutely going crazy. I think after these 3 months, we're gonna see another crash, right? Well, let's have a look here. So the Nasdaq Composite jumped nearly 10% and headed for its best day since 2008 as technology stocks rallied after Trump postponed some tariffs for 90 days. Tesla, Nvidia, and Apple surged more than 10% each, while Van Eck Semiconductor ETF popped more than 14% as chip-making stocks gained. The bounce comes after a rocky few trading sessions after the White House announced wide sweeping tariffs. Well, again, Trump temporarily drops tariffs 10% for most countries, hits China harder, 125%. He's really trying to debate. He's doing this thing, man. President Donald Trump on Wednesday dropped new tariff rates on imports from most U.S. trade partners to 10% for 90 days to allow trade negotiations with those countries. Trump announced the pause hours after goods from nearly 90 nations became subject to stiffer so-called reciprocal tariffs imposed by the United States. He had to do this. He had to do this. It's a game. If you guys just saw this, right? Basically, him upping tariffs, it's not even for the goods. It's not China that's going to have to pay. It's the Americans that are going to have to pay. And people aren't going to be happy when they can't get their iPhones, can't get all this. I'm not saying iPhone, but all this other stuff. They're not going to be happy when they can't get their cheap tech. So the president also said in social media posts that he was raising the tariffs imposed on imports from China to 125% effective immediately due to the lack of respect that China has shown to the world markets. Trump said more than 75 countries contacted US officials to negotiate after he unveiled his new tariffs last week. Stock market indices rocketed sharply higher Wednesday on Trump's announcement. The benchmark S&P 500 index leapt by 7%, which puts it on track for its largest single-day gain in 5 years. Trump last week had said he would impose a baseline rate of 10% for tariffs on imports from more than 180 countries. A subset of 90 country imports would be subject to reciprocal tariffs, which range from a low of 11% to a high of 50%. Financial markets have been in turmoil, and this is what I mean. When there's blood in the streets, you buy. So the markets have been in turmoil, but there's one thing that we know, and we will know for sure, 110% of the time: rich people don't want to live poor. If Trump kept doing this, and nobody can buy iPhones and Apple can't keep making their money, what do you think Apple's not going to shut? Do you think rich people are going to even have the option to buy iPhones, or is going to have to go to something else? This is what I'm saying. If you jumped out of the market and let people scare you, look at the mistake you've made. Look at it. We'll be back up to 100k soon. Mark my words. Bitcoin within the next few months it might even fly past 100k because everybody's going to forget about this 3 month tariff thing, right? Until it pops up again. Look, you can already see what's happened. A few days in the market's already started to rally. So, you know, in my opinion, just keep buying with a long-term mindset. That's not financial advice, but that's what I'm going to keep doing. And I'm in profit. Nice. But anyway, it's just a quick one today. So like and subscribe and like. Like I say, get your ledger link in the description. You can also donate to the channel using the wallets below, using Bitcoin, Cardano, and Ethereum. Peace and love. Your boy is back, and peace.